The awards and how you feel that they're going to flow through the Premier League this year. So we're going to kick off with the Golden Boot.
Golden Boot, I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with Haaland.
See,
I think
I'm going to go
real... Who?
Oh, I think I'm going to go Isak.
I was thinking Isak, but it's just if he's fit for the whole season. Like obviously, it was just last season a lot in it, but I did think Isak. I just thought that's the next person in it. Yeah. But I don't really fear there's real competition for Haaland, bar Isak. Obviously, Thiago got his 20+ goals last season. Whether he does replicates that this season, it's a different story in it. So.
Not for me. There'll always be like an outlier, you know. I feel like, you know, Chelsea will have someone. I don't know. I can't say for Arsenal we'll have someone, but I feel like when we're looking at strikers, those two are the two that I feel like will be the ones that are in the race against each other, essentially. Playmaker of the season. So you know what that is. Bruno Fernandes's role, basically. Most assists. You fail.
Hey, it's Portuguese Magnifico, Bruno Fernandes. Just go again. Get me? Like, feel like this will be. He's got 1 or 2 peak seasons left in him, so he has to capitalize on it. So, I'd say Bruno.
I would agree, but you know what? I feel like Man City are gonna have to lean on Shirky a lot more this year than they did last year in terms of like Pep, you know, rotating him. I feel like he's going to play majority of the games, 95% of the games in all competitions. So I feel like in the Premier League, though, specifically, I feel like Shirky could rival that there. Do you get what I mean? I feel like Shirky is the only one that could rival it, but I'm going to go Bruno Fernandes, but Shirky is the one that I feel like could get the most assists, could be in that same breath, basically.
Yeah, no, that's fair, to be fair. That is fair. Because Shirky went on a stint where he woke up last season, so yeah.
Golden Glove.
At this rate, Raya's getting is how many in a row now?
I don't know, a lot.
Yeah, like again, Golden Glove doesn't always show how great the keeper is historically when you go back on like Premier League years, for instance, but. Like you guys got the best defense, and Raya's at a world-class level now. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, I'd agree. Not much to say on that. Raya, for me, the defense is always going to be the extension. How good your defense is going to help that out, and I feel Arsenal got the best defense, so it's going to help. Signing of the season.
Signing of the season. Oh. Oh. It's tough. I can differentiate it because of not differentiate it more so, but I can give an argument for I could give an argument for Tielemans because of the price that we got him for. Yeah. And we spoke about some of the price that all the midfielders are going for this summer, and getting Tielemans for 35 million. Again, whoever got in contact with Villa at United to find out Tielemans' release clause, they probably got a bonus that week or that month. So credit to them. And I just feel like he'll help. Again, our style of play, when we're playing against a low block, Bruno won't have to come deep because we've got a great passer deeper in midfield. He's a great crosser as well. So if he's in crossing positions as well, like we're not going to have to be over-reliant on Bruno. That's why with even the playmaker thing, I was like, oh, should I pick Bruno? Because I think his numbers may drop in terms of the assists. His chance creation will still probably be high. but I think he will be maybe in more goal scoring positions. Do you know what I mean? He might be higher because he's not gonna have to come deep. So again, maybe our viewers and listeners may say Man United bias, but I think Bruno, not Bruno, Tielemans, and then the other player I was going to potentially say was Bruno G, because it gives you guys the opportunity to not to rest Rice every now and then. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, whether Arteta actually does it is a different story, because it looks like Rice is probably going to play first game of the season. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of Arsenal fans don't want Rice and Saka arguably to play the first month of the season, let alone the first game. So I think just because of Bruno's quality he's better than Rice on the ball, much like passing forward. Rice isn't going to have to do as much and maybe not play as much. Do you know what I mean? So I'd say just because of that aspect, because you did need quality on the ball and kind of an all-action midfielder, Bruno G can have a say. Because I think it was a slight overpay, but he can shut it up quickly, like kind of how Rice shut it up in terms of the price, innit?
I think, I'm going to go for Sangare. Do you know, I'll tell you why. I'm going to go for Sangare because I feel like he's going to have a similar impact to what Xhaka had on Sunderland last year. And I feel like Xhaka was actually the signing of the season up until when he got hurt. And then, they still got into
up until the first half of the season. Yes, I would agree.
So I feel like Sangare is going to have that same impact on Brentford.
Fair. That's fair.
For me personally, I don't want to go for the big signings because our teams are already good. So, like, the impact that you see isn't going to be drastic. Whereas what Xhaka did last season to Sunderland is drastic. What Sangare, I feel, can do to Brentford will be drastic. If he stays fit, like, it's going to be crazy for them. And they'll be a tough team. They're a tough team to play anyway. But with those added legs, the added quality, his ability, I feel like he can be the driving force. And again, I don't think he'll be there after the end of the season. So
that's a good one to be there. Because now he could be that push to make sure they definitely get a European spot in that sense. Because to be fair, United were actually even looking at Sangare this summer. So that is a really good one. I'm just trying to look to see if anyone else, but that's a good one still.
Yeah, I was thinking of who signed where and if anyone signed, but I couldn't really think of anyone. Manager of this gone.
Again, I'm doing it because of their value, and in this case, the player was bought for free. Harry Wilson for Leeds. It could be that if he can continue what he done last season and take it to another level, then sorry if you can head up in behind.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, manager of the season.
Woo! There's a few new ones. I mean, we spoke about the top 6. Most of them are new. Ooh, it's tough. It's tough. Now let me get the table back up, just so.
What I will say is it should go, if any of the teams that just got promoted stay in the Premier League, their manager deserves manager of the season. That's fair. What I will say.
That's very fair.
But
that is fair.
But I feel like it's difficult. I feel like I want to give it to the Sunderland manager because Lebris Regis. I feel like I want to give it to him, and I feel like he'll get it just because of how he was doubted last year by their ownership, basically saying he's going to be sacked if we don't make Europe. He's then made Europe. I feel like because he's under so much pressure all the time, it feels like from these Sunderland owners, he thrives underneath that. So I don't know. I feel like that could be my manager of the season. I think he was probably manager of the season last year, but obviously Arteta won the Prem. So
yeah, I think it'll be tough. Like especially when teams go in Europe, especially the one that don't play it. That Thursday to Sunday is a different kind of schedule. Like
yes.
we've seen even top sides, their players say they don't like that kind of schedule for some reason, innit?
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. Sunderland will be a tough one for them. Do you know? I'm probably gonna say for the non-traditional clubs or the non-big clubs. I think Oli Glasner at Forest.
Mm,
I think
okay.
I think Glasner at Forest because again, like I believe Forest got good players and they're not in Europe, so they can actually they've tasted last year of being in Europe and balancing Prem. The year before when they got into European spot, we saw how well they played. So like they've got they're good players still. Do you know what I mean? Obviously they lost Elliot Anderson, but they've still got a very good squad, like a good enough squad for me that they can break into the top half of the season,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
top half of the table. Sorry.
I agree. Breakout star for this Premier League season.
Oh, I mean, if Watkins leaves Villa,
Yeah.
then Majo.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
think he's out for the beginning of the season, but again, if you're young, I feel like he can have that John Duran kind of impact. Do you know? I mean,
Yes.
obviously with Duran, it was balanced with Watkins' play. So if Watkins does leave, a lot will be on Majo's play. Again, if Tammy Abraham stays as well, like, but yeah, Majo can be the potential breakout star. And if the team do way better than I expect them to do, then Manzambi for Newcastle.
Yeah. Yeah,
No, he's at Villa.
Manzambi's at Villa. Yeah, Villa. He was gonna sign for Newcastle.
He
Yeah,
was
yeah, I
good.
was
This is
thinking.
what I say. Everyone just steals of Newcastle. Oh,
Yeah,
oh
he's
my
at Villa.
days. Yeah, so it could be those two, the two Villa boys. Get me?
Yeah. Obviously, do you know what? I'm gonna agree with you on the Majo, but I want to say Max Dowman just because he was kind of the breakout star last year, but I feel like this year he could really, really be the breakout star because he didn't really play much. Do you get what I
Mm,
mean?
I think I was reading the other day saying like this season it will just be strictly football for him. Obviously he's finished year 11, but I don't think he's gonna do any form of extra studies in it. And something
Yeah.
about I think he struggled to find a balance between school and football, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you would do. You're thinking, why am I doing my GCSEs if I'm playing at the
Yeah.
Emirates? At that point, you're actually thinking, bro, I don't need this. So, but, big up him, he completed them. But I feel like he could be the one. He could be the one, to be fair. It just
Mm,
depends because Arsenal's team is so good. It's where you're going to find him the minutes in the right
yeah.
places. That's the only problem. But I don't want him. If he went on loan, for instance, I don't think he's going on loan. But if he went on loan to another Prem side and Everton, I feel like he would be the breakout star if he was there, for instance.
Fair enough. Fair.
But I'm gonna go for Brian Majo because I feel like he's gonna play this season because I don't think Ollie
Yeah.
Watkins is actually gonna be there for much longer.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
yeah. Your comeback player of the year. So if they're returning from basically like injury or bad form, who do you feel like that will be? Or coming back from a loan and they're playing at their club again?
Who's coming from injury? Because the ones that are injured. Oh, in terms of coming back to the club, the name that's just popped up to mind is Rashford, obviously, but I don't know if Rashford's gonna have a massive role in with us this season if he stays. A player who was,
They could just been out of form as well.
I think, do you know what? I'm gonna go with Isak.
Okay.
Isak, yeah, because again, last season was very hampered injury wise. Um, I think Isak, yeah. I think he's going to show his quality in it again as like a top two striker in the Premier League.
Oh, nice. I'm going for Phil Foden.
Mm,
He wasn't injured, but the form was completely off and, not making England squad and all that stuff. I feel like he's coming into the league with a real chip on his shoulder after winning PFA Player of the Year like a couple of years ago. Like, I feel like he can really be back to his best now. There's no one really in his way.
I hear that. My only thing is It'll be interesting to see Foden without Pep. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it'll be if out of the two English players, if I was gonna choose that someone, it would have probably been Cole Palmer out instead of Phil Foden. I feel Palmer's less reliable on the system, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. But I feel like Maresca is going to implement some of it. It's not going to be to the detailed level of Pep, but I feel like he's going to implement the system to a degree. So it's not going to be too far fetched. It's just going to be the new players coming into the system that have to learn it. And because you lose you're losing key players, it's going to take a while to get back to what they were.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair.
So yeah. But that is the last one is PFA Player of the Year. Who do you think's winning it?
Oh, well, they ain't even announced last season yet. I think they're doing that at the end of this month. PFA Player of the Year. It's PFA Player of the Year. For me, it's weird because, again, I've just mentioned him, but because he's English, if he has a good season, I feel like it may be slightly exaggerated in Cole Palmer with like how very he was great when he first came to Chelsea, but we were hearing that he's the best player in the league already, and I was like, let's calm down. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
he'll have that PR aspect on his side. So I think Cole Palmer could be a contender if Chelsea are very good this season. If they, for instance, get top 3, maybe even top 4, depending on how close the race is. But I think I do think Bruno could potentially go back to back if obviously if he wins this one this month. Last season's this month, sorry. And it's not necessarily the assist numbers. I think he needs to be more clinical goal scoring for us. Bruno's taken his foot off the gas a bit for the last couple of years in terms of just his goal scoring. He used to be a very clinical finisher when he first couple of years at United. I feel like the monkey off his back with the assist record, off the team's back, and if he's gonna be slightly playing higher up the pitch, obviously he plays the number 10 role, but not having to come deep. His all-round game can be just very, very effective, where the team doesn't fully rely on him, but he can be he is our talisman. He can maintain that talisman level in it because it's on him to maintain this peak level turning 32 in September.
My PFA Player of the Year. Do you know what? I'm not even going attacker. I think that Gabriel from Arsenal actually might get it. Honestly, I feel like they might just give it to somebody else. Especially if Arsenal have a season like they had last year. I feel like he'll be the one to probably win that. If it goes to an attacker, I think it's going to be going to a Shirky this year, though. If it goes to an attacker, I feel like he's really going to be the one. It's going to be him and Bruno Fernandes, the 1 and 2 best players in the league for me. So, yeah. But I feel like they might just go opposite and just give it to a Gabriel, because I think Bruno Fernandes is going to win it this year. But I think if Arsenal win the league next year in the same fashion we won it this year, then they give it to an Arsenal player and they can't give it to an attacker. So they're giving it to a defender.
Fair enough. And to be fair, Gabriel, he'll more limelight will be on him first half of the season in a positive way if you lot are doing well, because there's no Saliba for probably next couple months in it. So
yeah, so it'll be interesting.